So here's how to run smoother combat encounters in Daggerheart that your players will love. This is especially for you if you came from D&D, or you've thrown something too hard or too easy at your players, or you just feel like your encounters lose steam. Compared to D&D, there's no initiative. There's something called a spotlight. Now, spotlighting only one adversary at a time can be pretty tricky to grasp. So rather than all creatures getting to go on initiative order, you can only spend a fear or your GM move to spotlight a creature on your turn. My first bit of advice is to reinforce the story. So why are there adversaries? Are they after something the players have, or are they protecting something from the players? My second piece of advice is to mix monster roles. So using the same group of monsters and just getting them to attack the players all the time the same way can get boring. Throwing multiple monsters at a party makes it intimidating and a little more interesting. For example, you can put archers on the walls and have a general or leader in the middle with a bunch of minions. Daggerheart's especially good for this because they categorize monsters by role, such as bruiser, standard, archer, etc. A useful site for building encounters right now for Daggerheart is freshcutgrass.app. You can put your monsters here as well as add environments. That leads into my third piece of advice: spotlight more than monsters. For example, you can use the environment. What if this player over here moves up and rolls and fails with fear? Maybe the tree falls down. Now the monster and the player have to make agility reaction rolls to avoid being restrained under the tree. My last piece of advice: run a test encounter. I've done this for D&D and Daggerheart, and it saves me a lot of stress. You can use pre-made character sheets, or better yet, a copy of your party sheets. So you run a test encounter and see how it feels. Do this for maybe a boss fight, or maybe an environment that you've never used before, or even a system you've never used before or not as familiar with. And make some quick notes with your test encounter. Was it more difficult or easier than expected? Another thing to keep in mind is how many resources did your players burn through? They're burning lots of armor slots, marking a lot of hit points, or even using their long rest abilities. If the players you're testing are using lots of resources and making death saving throws, sorry, your combat's not easy or normal. It's definitely a challenging encounter. Just ask yourself if that level of challenge is intended or not. That's it for this video. Please like and follow for more. And what kind of encounters have you run in Daggerheart?